Good morning. The other day, I noticed among the audience, quite a number of Europeans and people from different area. So then I thought, since my commitment is my number one commitment is try to promote a sense of oneness of entire sentient being, an entire human being, 7 billion human beings. We are same. Mentally, emotionally, physically, we are same. And most important, we 7 billion human beings, we all have the right to achieve happy life. Future life is private business. This very life more happy, that's our common goal. So now, I always consider myself one of the 7 billion human beings. Naturally, firstly, we human beings, social animal. Individuals, also their well-being depend on rest of the community. Now today, entire world, human being, is like one community. The global economy, no national boundary, no religious boundary. And then on top of that, global warming. Nothing differences with different boundary or nationality. We entire human being, facing some new problem due to global warming. And then human population increasing. When I first came as a refugee in India, then we used to say 6 billion human beings. Now today, 7 billion. According to some the scholar, they say end of this century, human population may reach 10 billion. Then natural resource, also there are some indication of limitation, including water. Like that. So the things, the reality like that, in that circumstances, now we have to think well-being of whole world, not talking my nation, my religious group. No, that's old way of thinking. Now time comes, we must think about entire 7 billion human beings. Once we, human beings, become more wiser, more compassionate, then I think limitless animal also get some, benefit. I think we human beings, exploitation of nature, including limitless animals, fish, I think too extreme. So, sense of oneness of 7 billion human beings. So, I believe everybody have the common responsibility to think about humanity. Okay. Then another level, another point. Now, since my age, older and older now, nearly 83-year-old, so the feeling of tiredness increasing. So now, because of that, long flight from India, Europe to America, now difficult. So therefore, you see people who come from these country from quite far, come here, so it is my duty to meet them, say hello. So that's main reason meeting with you here. And then group picture. I want to show my smile. In 1959, on occasion, the Indian Vice President Radhakrishna, great scholar, and since 56, we know very well each other. So I think in 59 or 60, on occasion, you see, one Kasadi, one pictorial book, we together see, and then everybody in the picture smiling. Now the Radhakrishna express, we are appetizing our teeth. He expressed that way. So in any way, so that's main reason, meet you exclusively. So now, I'm not going to lecture on you, rather some interaction, question and answer. Okay. So now, question.
Anybody have questions?
Please come forward.
If you have questions, you can just come in front here and just start in one line, please.
Those who have questions, please come forward.
Yes.
Hello. What is your hope for the future of mankind?
I feel there is some reason to be hopeful. Judging events in 20th century. At the early part of 20th century, I think people too much think about their own national interest. And for that, the concept using force, war, is part of that thinking. Then later part of 20th century, firstly, I really admire European Union start. The main nation making effort to create European Union, Germany, French, German Adenauer, French President de Gaulle, during wartime, arch enemy. But after Second World War, new reality. Now it is better, live together. So they create union. I think early part of 20th century, such thing impossible. One of my great friend, and also, to some extent, my tutor, the von Weizsäcker, German, great scientist. He once told me, I think the 1990s, you see, he once told me when he was young, then every French eye, Germany is their enemy. Similarly, German eye, French is their enemy. Now that kind of attitude completely changed. That was 1990s. So like that. So now, European Union, you see, developed. Then also, you see, after Second World War, a few years remained Cold War. Each bloc, you see, they prepare, ready to use nuclear weapon. On occasion, I visit East Germany, because of the Germany, West Germany, and Berlin. See, they're quite near Berlin Wall. So when I sleep, if something happened, then we become first casualty. That kind of situation. Now that situation completely gone. The main factor disappear Berlin Wall not by force, but by popular sort of desire or movement. So these are, I feel, the indication. The human being, through a lot of suffering, we become more mature. So now I think the desire for peace is much increased. In early part of 20th century, I think nobody talked peace or coexistence. Now later part of 20th century, now peace, world peace, now something common and different philosophy, different sort of system, the concept of coexistence. Now today, I think people talking importance of environment, not only well-being of we human being themselves, but also now taking care about environment through education, through knowledge. So we human being, I feel, become more mature. Then, say, I think peace is the basis of happiness or development. War, destruction, suffering. So now I think desire of peace. And another, I think, example, when Iraq crisis about to happen, the demonstrations for peace against the war from Australia up to United States, large number of people against violence, war. These, I feel, the clear sign we human beings, our thinking becoming more reasonable, more wiser like that. That's my view. So now, beginning of 21st century, if we make attempt now, not through prayer, but through action, I usually describe this century, 21st century, now should be century of dialogue. So whenever we find some different interest, potentially causing violence, now we must try to solve these through dialogue, not by use. So that now we I think the main hope is now some scientists, they say basic human nature is more compassionate. And people more sort of, also the constant and more experience of constant anger, hatred, actually eating our immune system. And naturally, I think we, including myself, everybody have the experience of anger, isn't it? I think nobody, have this sort of view or feeling. Oh, today I really feel very happy because this morning I lost my temper very strongly. I think nobody say that, isn't it? You see, meeting with someone who loves and show you smile, and met that, I think at least 1 day or 2 days you feel happy. So according to our own experience, anger, hatred is really ultimate source of unhappiness. Then, as I mentioned earlier, according to scientists, basic human nature is more compassionate. If basic human nature is anger, then we can't do much. Then, according to sort of theistic religion, then I think time come, we should pray to God. Now, the world now should disappear. Since basic human nature is more compassionate, therefore, I think we should pray to God, this world remain much more century, or 1,000 khazar already, millennium, or several millennium, and remain peaceful, happy. Okay. So, basic human nature is more positive. Therefore, if you make some effort, no problem. I feel existing modern education is very much oriented about material value. Not much pay attention about our inner value, such as compassion, forgiveness, tolerance, these things. Although all major religious tradition talking these things, but that people usually feel that's something religious matter. Now, in education, these days I also use mentioning, I feel in our education, hygiene of physical usually we teach, isn't it? Taking care about our body, and including exercise, or sometimes yoga practice. These mainly, you see, taking care about our physical comfort, physical health. Now, similarly, we need hygiene of emotion is very important. Not as a religious sort of matter, but healthy mind, peaceful mind. The healthy body, full of anger, no use. I think better those people who have a lot of anger, I think better to go heaven or hell sooner the better. So you see, in our education, should include some education, how to build healthy emotion, healthy mind. So education, I think, very important. So the future of the world, humanity, I feel very much, because optimism, like that, optimistic. So I make some effort as my own share, one of the 7 billion human beings, as my share, wherever I go, I always talk these deeper or inner value. So you also part of humanity. So each of you can make some small contribution. From one person, you can share these deeper value, another 10%. Each of them then share 100 people, 1,000 people, 10,000, 100,000. That's the way change. Okay. Next question.
Thank you.
His Holiness, salutations and devotion to you, great being. I work for an international institution that is in more than 40 countries over the world, and we work very hard to teach human values, philosophy, and about consciousness, both personal, social, and global. And we work through voluntary efforts
Yes. 오늘.
And we have a lot of devotion to His Holiness and Tibetan Buddhism. And I would wonder if it's possible for our institution to promote His Holiness through our work in our countries, in our affiliates, and also for our and I would wonder if our national
yes.
I'm okay.
I feel some pain. Okay.
Thank you. If our international president could come here to Dharamsala and seek an interview with His Holiness, if this is possible.
You come from which country?
I come from Sweden, but I work here in Sweden, but I work in India.
So basically, I feel the NGO sometimes more effective in a certain field. So now, regarding inner peace, you already have some kind of the NGO, one organization. Wonderful. I really appreciate. Thank you. So, the how to promote, how to educate people from kindergarten level up to university level about training of mind, training of emotion, not part of religion, as a part of religion, but just part of academic, as I mentioned earlier. You see, we should learn about our mind. In that case, I really feel the Western psychology looks like kindergarten level. Compare ancient Indian psychology, really highly developed. So now, when I discuss with Western psychologists, they mainly refer sensory level consciousness, not mental level. Sensory level almost similar with other animal. Some cases, like elephant and some other sort of animal, the sensory level consciousness is much sharper than human being. But ours, sort of, I think, the unique thing, the greatness is human brain. Now, human brain not develop further, totally relying on sensorial experiences, seeing something nice, including sports or music, and good smell, good taste, and good touch, including sex. These are sensory level experiences. Since the real potential is mental level. Now, 1,000-year-old in this country, India, the practice of shamatha mentioned there, the practice of vipassana, kasa, analytical meditation. I consider Buddha himself as product of that tradition, not just to pray, but training our mind. Although these, you see, come from religious tradition, now time comes. We should take this as an academic subject. Not talking about nirvana, not talking about heaven or next life, just this very life, a day-to-day life, how to create happy mind, no matter what surrounding. Surrounding may be some troubled surrounding, but we have the ability to keep peace of mind. Without that, even you surrounded by best friend at best facility, on bed, you no sleep, and go like that, and then go like that. Without mental peace, then physical comfort will not bring inner peace. So inner peace entirely depends on not sensory level consciousness or mental level consciousness. So that now I think should include in our curriculum education field. So you already also committed to promote these things. Not my suggestion is you should not consider as a part of Buddhism. Take Buddhist literature, these concepts itself. We should consider. I always consider these are academic subject. So telling people, particularly in the West, I never try to propagate Buddhism. Sometimes when I give talk about Buddhism on the request of the local Buddhist group, sometimes I feel a little uncomfortable. The West, basically Judeo-Christian tradition. So that means believe God, creator. Buddhism, no creator. Similarly, Jainism and one ancient Sankhya philosophy, no creator. Life, no beginning. So no need creator. Like that. So I really, do not want to, to propagate Buddhist sort of concept or Buddhism. So this secular way. Secular, in the West, some people consider secular means disrespect religion. According to Indian understanding, secular means not disrespect religion, but respect all religions and also respect non-believer. That's, I think, very relevant to today's world. Now, today's world, out of 7 billion human beings, 1 billion non-believer. These also human brothers, sisters. So, according to Indian secular way to teach about this inner value, then we can cover entire 7 billion human beings. Okay. So I appreciate the Swedish already is doing something. I very much appreciate. So now you should, you should make effort continuously, and whenever you want to come talk with me, I'm ready.
Thank you. We will come. Thank you so much.
Now today, only me taking tea. So small group come, then we can enjoy everybody on tea. So, next question.
Thank you.
You from
Good morning, His Holiness. I'm from Mexico.
Mexico?
Yeah.
Oh,
First of all, I want to thank you so much for sharing your precious time with us, taking your time to be with all of us.
Kasa.
I have loved your being since I was a little child, and surely since many lives back. So I only want to kindly ask you to give me a personal advice for my inner development. Thank you so much.
Kasa. As I already mentioned, we should pay more attention about our sort of activities or feeling or emotions in mental level. So for that, I think firstly, maybe sometimes I also do some kind of thoughtlessness. Should not sort of follow our main mind or sixth mind should not follow the sensorial level because of the mind or consciousness. So for example, here, my eye consciousness is seeing these sort of audience face, but my sixth mind not because of pay attention on that. Then similarly, hearing, smelling, taste, touch. We have the ability to remain sixth mind just because of the sit there, right? Then gradually, firstly, you will get some kind of emptiness because we too much sort of experience about sort of sensorial experiences. When we withdraw and just mind, maintain on mind, then gradually you will get the feeling of some kind of kasota, illumination, kasa, ka.
Maybe you have some kind of a luminous experience.
Then try to maintain on it. That one way to increase our ability to not following sensorial experience, but mental level. Then think about this. So, for example, compassion. Mental level, not sensorial level. Then all the major religious tradition mainly is training our mind, not sensorial level. So in order to carry that, firstly, we should have some experience. What is mind? Word, not enough. So you should, I may say, meditate on mind. That's one way. Then, in order to change our emotion, we must utilize our brain, smart brain of human being. Analyze. Anger is part of our mind. What use anger? Once we develop conviction, anger is not at all good. It's a certain problem. You develop anger, but that anger never helps to solve the problem. Without anger, through realistic way, you can solve. There's possibility to solve your problem. Anger never. When anger develops, and also some other sort of strong emotion, even sort of compassion, too much sort of emotion, you can't see the reality. So your method deal that thing should be realistic. Unrealistic method fail bring good result. So method, no matter what your motivation, no matter. this. No, enough. Thank you. So the when try to see the reality, our mind must be neutral. Too much desire, you cannot see reality. Too much anger, you cannot see the reality. In order to see the reality, our mind must be neutral. Then we can look objectively. The things are relative, always mixed. Something you want, or you desire, or because you feel, because of or your desire, or something you do not like. So the reality, relative. I think one thing, one factor, you feel something good. But there are different aspects. It is, I think, human beings also the ability. Without emotion, you can see reality objectively. Without your own view, whether good or bad, without your own view, objectively see. Then the one thing, there are many different aspects. So you cannot see the reality from one angle. For example, one nice thing, we always look from the one angle, positive side. The reality, there are also some negative things there. So I think a few moments you feel, oh, that's very good. Then after some time you feel, oh, not that good. So that means, you see, when your desire develop, you just looking one angle. Then after some time, see another sort of angle, not that good. So our mind, in order to see the reality, our mind should be neutral. Objectively look. So anger and even sort of attachment or even compassion, sometimes become hindrance to see the reality. So in order to carry human brain's ability fully, our mind must be neutral. Objectively look. So for that reason, calm mind, very important. Okay. Then analyze. Like external thing, we analyze this is good for our health or something. This is bad for our health, like that. So similarly, among the emotions, such as anger, very bad for our peaceful mind, our calm mind. think that constantly, then your conviction about anger is very bad, very harmful. Or provided basic human nature is more compassionate. So we have the the possibility to reduce anger, utilize, as a result of fully utilize our intelligence, reasoning. That's the proper way to change our emotion, to transform our emotion. That's actually we call meditation. Through meditation, mainly analytical meditation, not just to say meditate, single-pointed meditation. No, analyze, like that. Good kare. Main question is. So, whether you believer or non-believer, you should pay more attention about the system of our mind, system of our emotion, as a, also they consider as a hygiene of emotion. I feel like that. I do that. That's very good, very helpful. Now, according, you see, my sort of mental state, I feel no enemy. Anger is including my own anger, that's the enemy. But people who show me anger, you see, develop sense of pityness. They truly become slave of these destructive emotions. So you feel a sense of concern. So being themselves like us, human brothers, sisters. So sometimes, religious, prayer, or the negative force, negative people should eliminate or something. I feel uncomfortable. No negative human, no negative sort of sentient being. All are same. Negative thing is emotion. That including my own negative emotion. That's really worthwhile to destroy. Not the person, not the sentient being who become slave of these negative emotion. Okay. Next question.
Thank you so much. Please go.
Okay.
Thank you.
So you from Mexico?
I am from Mexico, yeah.
I have been your country few occasions.
Wonderful.
Very nice.
Thank you so much.